Hi and welcome to the video training of Linux. In today's video training we will be learning how to create a Linux service using systemd. Systemd, the program. Let's create a small server using PHP. I can see your eyebrows rising, but it works surprisingly well. We will listen to UDP port 4000 and return any message received with a ROT13 transformation. So first let's create a PHP file. Let's go to the console and PHP folder. Let me create another folder called, let's say, service. chmod -r service. Okay, let's go into the folder and create a server.php file, and within that file we are going to create some socket object and be used creating socket underscore create. It is for UDP. Okay, and socket underscore bind, pass in the socket object and the address, port 4000. Okay, let's create an infinite loop, and within infinite loop I am going to use socket receive from, socket receive from socket object message, length of the message 1024, that is the max length. The flags, let's set it to 0. Sock message length, the IP address and the port. Okay, reply equals str.rot13. This is the built-in function in PHP, str underscore rot13. So pass in the message, and at the end we are going to send it to the console as an output. Socket send to, send to, yeah, and the socket object buffer is reply, and length, let's say bar length reply, flags 0, and address is IP and port is port. Okay, that's it. Now we have created a server for UDP protocol and we are going to run it on the console. So let's run it here. Sorry, php server.php it is a unlimited loop, so it will run forever until stop by Control C. So in the other window we can connect to the server by netcat utility nc-u 127.0.0.1 on port 4000. Okay, we are connected. If I type in Usman, I get the encrypted name using str.rot13. If I type in TechWeber, I get encrypted string. So our server is working. Now we can stop the server. Okay, The NC or netcat utility we used above is for just about anything under the sun involving TCP, UDP or Unix domain sockets. It can open TCP connections, send UDP packets, listen on arbitrary TCP and UDP ports, do port stack scanning and deal with both IP4 and IP6 protocols. Cool, it works. Now we want the script to run at all times, be restarted in case of failure, that is unexpected exit, and even survives server restarts. That's where systemd comes into play. Okay, let's turn our little utility into a service. So let's create a file in the systemd system folder. Okay, so sudo sublime / etc systemd/system/ I'm going to call this service rot13.service. Okay. Now we can define the settings here. Description of the service is rot13 demo service, and after let's set it to network.target for now. I'll explain it later in a bit. Then we have start limit interval seconds 0. Then we have the service block, type equals simple, restart equals always, restart seconds equal 1. User, here you need to give your current user through which you log into your operating system. Mine is Usman, so I'm going to use that. And then we need the starting file of our service, user bin environment php / okay, this is the path to the file, projects php and service /server.php, and at the end we have install wanted by multi-user.target. Okay, let's save this file, and okay, we have the server.php file. So what we need to do, set your actual username after user key, that is right here, which I have set to Usman because my current username is Usman, and you need to set the proper path your script in exec start. It's this line, so it needs to be exactly the path to your service script. That's it. We can now start the service. So let's go to command line and use the Unix system ctl utility start rot13 and started. Okay, we also want it to run when the system is boot or restarted, so I'm going to enable it as well. That's done. And you remember the after setting, so you may have wondered what the after equal directive did. It simply means that your service must be started after the network is ready. If your program expects the MySQL server to be up and running, you should add mysqld.service. So here I can add mysqld.service after, that's it, and Restarting on exit. By default, systemd does not restart your service if the program exits for whatever reason. This is usually not you want for a service that must be always available, so we are instructing it to always restart on exit. That's why we have keep it always, restart equal always. You could also use on failure to only restart if the exit status is not 0. By default, systemd attempts a restart after 100 milliseconds. You can specify the number of seconds to wait before attempting a restart using restart second 1, which is here. Okay, we have started our service, and okay, reload unit here. So let's reload. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to connect to our service again, and here we are connected. And okay, the path is slightly a bit long. It should be projects, not project. The actual path includes projects. I can copy this path from here and paste it right here. Okay, that's the correct path now. Okay, I have reloaded the daemon because we changed the service on disk and we need to reload it before we can use it. Now if I want to use it, I can use the netcat utility and I can connect with localhost on port 4000. Here we can do our stuff. So our service is working fine. Okay, that's great. Avoiding the trap, the start command. I personally fell into this one more than once. By default, when you configure restart equal always as we did, systemd gives up restarting your service if it fails to start more than 5 times within a 10 seconds interval forever. The simple fix that always works is to set start limit interval second equals 0. This way systemd will attempt to restart your service forever. It's a good idea to set restart second to at least 1 second though, to avoid putting too much stress on your server when things start going wrong. That's all it takes to create a Linux service with systemd, writing a small configuration file that references your long-running program. Systemd has been the default init system in Red Hat Linux, CentOS, Fedora, Ubuntu, Debian and others for several years now. So chances are that your server is ready to host your homebrew services. So if you want to do something else other than ROT, you can disable this service ROT13. And we can remove the file as well. etc systemd system, and there we have our service. So just remove that, and we are going to change our program server.php. This time what we are going to do is we are going to send MD5. We are going to send a message like the MD5 hash of message is, and here we are going to encrypt it with message MD5 and save the file. Okay, this time we have changed it. So if we run it php server.php, okay, we have an issue here. Okay, this closing bracket doesn't need to be there. Okay, Pointer search. Okay, it's already been used, so we need to stop that service also. Stop. Daemon reload. Okay, now our server is running, up and running. Now we can connect using the netcat utility to our local host on port 4000, and if I type in sman, I get the MD hash of sman is this. If I type in TechWeber, I get the MD5 hash of TechWeber. So this is our new service. So we can call this service MD5 str or something like that. So for this purpose we need to create a new file in systemd system, and I'm going to call the server md5 str.service, and can use the same structure, but this time it's md5 demo service and the path is same. So let's save this file, and now we need to enable sudo system ctl enable dc system systemd slash system slash md5 str dot service. Okay, we have enabled it, and let's start the service. Okay, the service has started. Now let's connect to our the service, and you can see it's already working. So if you even stop the server, PHP server, you still be able to use this service. Now let's start the service and connect to our local host on port 4000, and our service is already working, so you can see it in action. So you can create any service you like with your own piece of code, and you can install it as a service in Unix platform, and that's very easy and handy. So you don't need to rerun the script every time you want. That's it for this video. I hope you have learned something and enjoyed the video. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you need any help, feel free to contact me. You can email me at umehmood@gmail.com. You can visit my LinkedIn profile or my Twitter handle. I'll be more than happy to help you. See you next time with a new topic.